Hey everybody, this is a grumpy old guy gaming, and for today's upload, we're going to take a look at another game my son and I played multiplayer. This is Gauntlet II. It is going to be the arcade version. We'll be playing on my computer here. This was captured yesterday. Yesterday evening, he and I spent the day in, had a bit of a boys' night while the missus was out shopping. And you can see we're loading up our starting health. Capped it at a reasonable level. You could see each coin, each credit is going to be 750 health. So we went for 8 credits apiece. That's going to start us at 6,000, and we'll give ourselves 5 extra credits throughout the game. We use those kind of quick. Now, I'm going to play a wizard in this. I'll be the red player, and my son will be the blue player, and he was originally going to be the Valkyrie, and then he decided on the elf. We did play a practice round of this previously where I had played the elf, and he played the wizard. You could see the help text is going to come on the first time we do anything. There it's showing to shoot or fight the grunts. I accidentally hit him with a spell there, so it reminded us that there are some levels in which players' shots will hurt each other. And Gauntlet's simple enough. You just want to get as much treasure as possible, and then get down to the exit for the next level. See, we've got some stun traps there, and we're fighting off some grunts. Got some food there. My son picks it up, and now he's 100 health better. Your health is ticking down every second, in addition to losing health every time you run into a hazard or an enemy. And you're collecting treasure and points as you go, and it's all getting accumulated into your score there. Totals being kept on the right hand side. Really fun sort of multiplayer game. Gets kinda chaotic, especially single screen like this. See, a ghost just kind of ran right into him. Now we're fighting those little demons down on the bottom. Kind of look like red turkeys with mean faces. Played a ton of this on the Nintendo. The arcade version obviously looks much crisper, plays much quicker, and lets you use an analog stick, which of course you didn't really have one of those on an NES controller in the first place. But see, we're getting the generators out of the way and into level 3. Level 3, you get that monster flying around, and whoever gets hit with it is it. And when you're it, that means all of the monsters are drawn directly to you. So I kind of bit the bullet and took this, because my boy is not a big fan of being it. Plus, him being the elf, I kinda knew I was at a speed disadvantage. And if he wanted me to be it, there really wasn't much of a way I could stop him. It's a fairly open level. So, might as well just do the dad thing, take the it, and just roll with it. That said, he has a key, I have a key. We could have very easily got through the exit there, but, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. I figured we waited around long enough, he'd go ahead, grab this key down in the corner here, and him being the fast one, he'll get up to those doors first, and he'll unlock our way out. That meant that I had a key for the next level, which is kind of crucial, especially if you want to dictate the course of the action. So here you'll see him running up, and he's going to unlock those 2 gates, and then I just simply go around, avoid a couple of oozes, take hits from the ones I couldn't, and we're into level 4. Level 4, one of my all-time favorites. It's the one with the changing exits. Now, here my boy fell for the classic trap. You had that potion gated off, and you've got the 3 deaths right there. So he had to use the potion right away to get rid of the deaths. Really just not worth taking that potion in general. See, I almost took the poison there, that jug with the skull and crossbones. Was able to stop myself, and then I shot it, which will slow down the monsters. Really useful with those sorcerers since they blink in and out. Here I've got to use one of my keys, and there's another. I went ahead and replaced the key, which was probably a tactical error on my part. I could have just got in the exit there. But now I have two choices. I could either waste another key and chase the exit around and hope to get lucky, or I could just kind of hang out here and wait for the exit to come back. After a little convincing, my son agreed with me to sort of stay close here, and when the exit popped up, we both ducked in. Level 5's a fun one. You've got breakable walls, as seen there, picked up some treasure hidden in the wall, and you've got shifting walls. You'll see those right down below us here. So a lot of fun little mechanics to be had in this level. Pick up some treasure there. Could see our scores. I'm up just about to 25,000, and my son will soon be ticking over the 10,000 mark. You'll also see his health is a great deal higher, and he just picked up reflective shots. That means that his arrows are now banging off the walls and ricocheting like crazy. Really cool thing to have, especially in narrower corridors. You could just take out all kind of enemies without having to get close. Those blobs there can really take a toll on your hit points in a large group, so I'm just trying to push right as quickly as possible. Yep, the boy goes over 10,000 points right there. Meanwhile, I'm down below, hoping that he really isn't interested in that potion, because the death's gonna chew him up something fierce. Kinda gets stuck there on the right, and I get stuck with two deaths of my own. I evade the one, but the other makes a beeline right for me, and the next thing you know, we're both getting zapped. Finally make our way through that. He finishes off the demons, I take out a lobber, and we're into level 6. It says find the hidden potion and all walls are invisible. This one's a patience tester. You have to literally feel your way around the room. It looks very open, as you can see. My son just picked up a gate there. In reality, it's a pretty walled off area, and it's very maze-like. So you have invisible walls everywhere, and you just have to fight through little by little until you find the exit. Kind of making our way through. Getting the crap kicked out of me at this point. Over 30,000 points, but under 3,000 health. My son, for what it's worth, already up over 6,300 health, doing really good on that. I picked up some extra speed, to which he said, that wasn't fair. Nothing more hollow than the guy playing the elf in Gauntlet telling you it's not fair for you to be fast. Took out those wizards there. I think he may have shot the food there. I'll have to rewind the tape later. Gotta talk to the boy about that. He's young. Now I was lucky. I looped a little to the left there and just sort of chanced my way into the exit. My son was not so lucky and was very quick to despair when it seemed he was walled off. In fact, about this point he was tearing up a little and he had set his controller down. Proud of him for not throwing it, but like I said, it was a patience tester, and he's not used to games just telling him no. Eventually I picked up the controller, and for the life of me I thought he was right along behind me. So I'm trying to find why he can't get to the exit, and I didn't realize just how far off he was. And then I ended up further off. Like, he could have gotten out so much quicker just through trial and error of himself, just going a little further left. But instead, because I took over, I'm sitting there trying to retrace steps because I wasn't paying attention to where he was going. I was just sort of doing what I was doing. Now I'm back here to the right, trying to figure out where he may have misstepped. Take out that grunt. Picked up a little treasure for him. You know, not trying to be mean, just trying to help. Hit a wall again, come up this way. And at this point, nothing's feeling right, and I'm actually starting to get a little worried, like, What did I do? Did I accidentally lock him out? Nobody wants to be the dad who locks their kid in a dungeon. That's a weird sentence, isn't it? Thank God I'm talking about Gauntlet. So more putzing around, and I've thoroughly had my fill of the invisible walls level here. And eventually I make my way down far enough to go further left, and lo and behold, there is the exit. Hit level 7, it says, to enter a secret room, be pushy. Did not feel like chancing that. Instead, I decided to go play tag with a bunch of ghosts. Bad idea. Could see that wall there could be shot away, and I do believe in the Nintendo version it just looks like a mossy green rock. But that was a full-on tree in the arcade version. Kind of a neat effect too, as it sort of deteriorated. Got a gate there, trip that, and it's just bad news for us as it lets out more ghosts. See, we're taking out those bone piles, that's the generator for the ghosts. Most everything else comes out of those little tent structures. We're just blasting away at this point. Again, my health just hovering in the low 2000s. He's up near 7,000. I don't think I was paying too close an amount of attention to his credits there. Maybe he's just picking up a lot of food and water, I don't know. Got the death there, gonna duck down, grab that treasure, and make the most of my extra speed. Believe I got extra spell power there. Make my way over, unlock that gate, which gives us a bit more access. No, now I have reflective shots. The best and worst ability all combined in one. The reason I say the best and worst is there are certain floors where shots can hurt other players, and there are certain ones where shots can stun players, including yourself. And when you're ricocheting shots around, it's real easy to hit yourself. As you can see, I've done it about a half dozen times. Sort of a clever play on my part, I intentionally took the end treasures first. We duck into the exit, and now we're in level 8, which is a whole bunch of keys and a whole bunch of doors. There he got caught in melee with sorcerers, because there's literally 1,000 sorcerers right out of that first door. This is where things start looking really south for us. I'd used up the last of my credits, so I'm sitting at about 4,000 and descending quickly because I was dumb and tried fighting the sorcerers. My son's just ticking down below 6,000 as I'm talking now. And we're kind of just feeling our way through level 8 here. See, I make it the whole way to the bottom, grab some water, take out some lobbers, and I'm heading for that treasure there. Couple locked chests, I sort of passed up on them because keys, not really at a premium here, but you never want to be caught without. Do pick up one more, and just as quickly as I say that, I end up using all mine to get out of the floor. Get to level 9, says fight hand to hand, and I miss the rest of that. This was a fun little level. Took us a while. This was basically precipitating our downfall. Smart play there by my son. 2 deaths around him and no way to get to the potion safely, so he shot the potion. It eliminated those 2. Eventually he got trapped by that third one there. That ticked his health down around 5,000. But we made a pretty good run of it up to that point, and again, this was probably the most cohesive we had played. You see a little breakable wall there. Shoot our way through and just start blasting at the enemies. I charge in head first against the ghosts because that's the smart thing. It's not. Then I get stuck fighting those lobbers, also not a smart thing. It is the way we end up going though, so I guess not for nothing it cleared a couple out of the way. No doubt at least 1 or 2 of them regenerated. We're just making our way through here, pushing left a little. See that teleporter? That's where I picked up my extra shot power. See, I remembered it from the session. Didn't realize we had looped around right there, but there you have it. Now we're kind of stuck at that impasse. The blessing and curse of the multiplayer single screen game is trying to figure out where to go next. When you're in agreement, it works really, really well, and when you're in disagreement, things get awkward and stuck. Eventually we settle into this middle area, and this is where our health's really even out. He sort of charged in, little brave, little reckless, but he racked up a ton of points. Up to 43,000 at this point. I think he may have doubled his score on this floor alone. Unfortunately, along with the points leveling off, the health has really leveled off as well. At this point, only a couple hundred separate us. Sort of tell when you're at that point, it's gonna be the swan song. Shoot my way through so the teleporter lets him into that little gap there. Unfortunately, he bounced back out, so had to make a second run at it, and I soaked up the death hit there, so I'm down under 1500 health. Potion used to clear that room out. Gotta deal with the sorcerers. Here comes death again. Gets stuck on my son after draining me a little. Now our health practically identical. He takes another big hit, he's under 1,000, but we're at the exit. He's got the key, we get out. Going to a treasure room. Treasure room only gives you 24 seconds to pick up the treasures and find the exit, or else you don't get anything. Unfortunately, he didn't really realize that because it was his first treasure room. And we get sort of tied up, and between that and the traps stunning us, we didn't stand a chance, folks. When you're doing a treasure room, you just sort of pick a direction, go, and hope to find the exit. We were not so lucky there. Floor 10, and we're not in very good shape at all. See, we're just swarmed with monsters. Lucky potion there gets us a little bit of progress. But we're both just sort of counting down the seconds, and I'm hoping to hit 100,000. He's up over 50,000. He's going to be piecing out here in the next couple seconds. You see the insert points for more health thing. And he made it through. He was the number 10 elf overall. My health down under 50, and there I go. I was the number 3 wizard. This has been a run of Gauntlet II. Looking forward to doing these again sometime in the future, maybe on stream. In the meanwhile, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Thanking you for watching, and we'll see you around.